I'm way more fly than you. Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Prwell'Z here. I'm back with another Wi-Fi battle. My opponent's got some scary threats, but it doesn't matter because my team is scary just too. And if you guys didn't see the whole team preview, be sure to pause that. But let's get started, man. Let's go. Let's get it. And yeah, he goes out to star me, and my Slowking comes out here and looking cool because all my Pokemon, you know, I gotta get them shiny and clean, so fresh and so clean. And here he hits me with a Thunderball. Slowking's like, what? Why you put me out here, bro? What are you doing? But I told him, like, listen, I do have the trick room. Let's set it up, and we get to go first. But we set up the trick room, and it looked like a disco room. And here I decided just to switch out. So I switch out, and I decided just to go into my Rose Raid because I know my Rose Raid can eat them Thunderbolts. So my Rose Raid come out here looking like a cool deathly flower. And here I get hit with the Thunderbolt. And my Rose Raid is like, come on, man. You know we eat that. KFC. But here we actually get hit with the Prwell'Z. So I'm pretty upset at that. So I know he's going to switch out here. And he does, and he decides to go to this Metagross. Metagross out here looking the best. If you guys haven't seen my shiny video, make sure you look out for that. So here I decided to just go for a Leaf Storm, Specs, and that does tons of damage to the Metagross. But I do lose two special attack drops. So here the Metagross is going to eat a little bit of its metal, and I decided just to switch out. So I decided just to go into Aggron because I know I could take a Zen Headbutt from this thing, but he actually goes for an Earthquake, and I'm like, dude, and I'm pretty upset. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean. This is what happens when you're playing against yourself, over predicting and whatnot. And I really can't do much instead of trying to go for an Earthquake myself. But he does hit me with Bullet Punch, and shots fired, and now it's a Gang War. And so my Aggron is down, and Metagross is looking tough as heck. So I need to figure something out. So yeah, I decided just to switch up. I decided just to go back into my Slowking because I'm pretty sure I could take anything from this thing, and I could hit this thing with a Fire Blast because I am going first. So here he actually goes for an Earthquake. Oh, I'm actually going last. I'm a mess. And yeah, I actually go for a Trick Room. There we go. Dang, Trick Room only lasts 5 turns. Unbelievable. It gotta last longer, but I think it would be overpowered though. Anywho, I decided just to go for a Fire Blast because I just had to take that risk because he's whipping our butt right now, and we don't like our butts whipped. We like doing the butt whipping. And I hit this thing with a Fire Blast, and down goes Metagross. So Metagross is down, and here he decides to go into Togekiss. And I'm like, you know what, man? No, we're not going to do this. Togekiss looking like Eddie from Ed, Edd n Eddy. And I decided just to switch out. So I switch out, and I decided to go into Heatran because Heatran can wall this thing like crazy. And I come out here shining and glistening, and here he actually goes for a Protect. So I'm like, you know what, man? Let's bring out the cannon. And here he decides to Protect again, go into his little shield. And I'm like, yo, you're such a softie. But it's cool, bruh, because I could just hit this thing with a Solar Beam. I decided to just go for a Solar Beam because I was hoping that, well, I think the Starmie to come in, if I'm not mistaken. But he actually goes into this thing, Gliscor, and I'm like, god dang. But it's cool, that. So I go for the Solar Beam, and I do have the Power Herb. So I come out here and just start throwing the Sun and whatever the beam is, you know what I mean? Just hit this thing, hit this bat face. Look at that. And here he decides to get the Poison Jab, but I decided just to switch out. So I decided to go into my Quagsire because my Quagsire is a whole boss. And you know how we get down, man. Small eyes and everything. So here he decides to go for the Stealth Rocks. And I don't really like that, but at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't matter because most of my team actually resists Stealth Rocks. Well, if I'm not mistaken. But anywho, here he decides to go for a U-turn. I'm like, that's cool, bruh. That's all good. You see my quack side? You see how he's standing? He's like, yo, we does this. We do this. But Breloom comes out and like, yeah, we don't do that. So Breloom comes out here and I don't really like this. I don't really like this matchup. You know what I mean? And I do get the burn though, so I'm really happy with that. So Quackside actually did something really good instead of missing them toxics like the last battles he does. But anywho, I decided just to switch out here, and I decided just to go into my my fortress. This fortress here actually has overcoat, which is pretty funny, but I decided just to give it overcoat instead of sturdy because of Breloom's and Butterfree's, you know, all the powder moves. But here he actually goes for a sword dance. I'm like, oh man, this is scary. So we don't like that. But the good thing is that he's burned, so that is really good. So here I decided just to go for the rapid spin because I don't want no stones in my field. What do I look like? All right, what do I look like? Do I look like that guy that I'm playing against? But anywho, so I do go for the rapid spin and get the stones out. But he does hit me with a Mac punch, and that does heaps to me. But here I decided just to detonate myself because I don't really need fortress. I mean, I go for the gyro ball. My bad, the gyros. I go for the gyro ball, and yeah, so we're just going back and forth here. We're just going back and forth. We're just looking splendid. And here he actually hits me with another Mac punch. And like I said, you know what I mean? We eating that up. We eating that up. You know, so we're cool. Guys, question of the day. What is your favorite bug type? What is your favorite bug type? Looking at my fortress, and I'm like, that is definitely not my favorite bug type. What is your favorite bug type? Well, what is your favorite bug type from BDSP? And make sure you guys like, subscribe, man. 70 subscribers, guys. 70 subscribers. End of this month. I'm at end of this week. 70 subscribers. Let's make it happen. And we're both dead. So here he decides to go out to his Gliscott, and I decided just to go into my Slowking. So this is a good matchup for me because I can hit this thing with an ice beam, but here I actually decided to switch out because I know that I think a U-turn will kill me. So I switch out and I decided to just go on to my doofus again, my boy Quackside. And here he actually goes for the defog, and we're like, come on, bruh, keep my stuff on your side of the field. But he's not having that. So here I'm gonna eat some of the leftover apple that Quackside found in the dumpster, and we're just chilling right now. You see my Quackside? He's like, yeah, man, we're looking good. But here he actually put rocks on my field again. I'm like, dang, bro, what gives? How much rocks you have under your wings? And here I go for a Scald, and that does heaps to this thing. But he does have the poison heal, so he's gonna get some health back. And here I decided just to go for a stockpile because I know that Gliscott really can't do much to me. I mean, an Earthquake would do a little bit of damage, but my Quackside would definitely eat it up. So here, he decides to go back out to Starmie. And Starmie comes out here looking like one of them shurikens that you throw at people. And here, I decided to just go for a stockpile. So now I got defense and special defense raise. So I am looking splendid. And I'm eating my dumpster apple. So we're looking good. So here he decides to go for a psychic, and that does pretty good damage. So it leaves me at yellow, but I'm like, that's cool, bro, because yeah, I decided just to go for a recover because my Quackside keep medikits around him, and you know, we start getting healthier. So with the leftovers, it is gonna put me at 200. And here I decided just to go for a toxic and get sick. So here he actually hits me with another psychic, and I'm like, this thing's trying to see in my future thoughts and stuff. And here I go for a toxic, start coughing at this thing, and this Starmie right now is sick. So here I'm gonna get some more leftovers, and now we're looking pretty good. But now here I decided just to go for another recover because I know that this thing is going to get life up and toxic damage, so it's going to be whittled down little by little. So he goes for another ice beam, and Quagsire eats that up. Like, come on, man. You know, with water, we love that. So I go for another toxic, and I'm like, man, recovery moves like Moonlight, Recover, Soft Boil, they definitely need to be nerfed because it's so powerful. It is so powerful. But anywho, I decided to just go for a Skull this time because I know that a Skull with the Life Orb and Toxic will just take the Starmie out. So I go hit this thing with another Skull, and your Toxic will take this thing out, and down goes this Patrick Star. Two Patrick Stars over there, and that's the wrap. So now he has the Rotom, the Gliscor, the what else he has? The Togekiss, and I think that's about it. So here he decides to go into Togekiss, and Togekiss looking just like the normal sprite. Nothing changed. But I decided just to go for a Toxic here, and here the Togekiss gonna hit me with an Air Slash. Get a crit. I'm like, that's unbelievable. So I go for the Toxic, but Quagsire's eyes was made with just 2 pencil dots, and it misses. So here, this thing's gonna hit me with another Dazzling Gleam, and down goes my Quagsire, man. Crazy. So now here, I decided just to go into my my Heatran because I know that I can take any attack from this thing unless it has Aura Sphere. But so I go out to my Heatran, and I decided just to go to the cannon, start flashing people. So here he decides to switch out, and he goes out to his Rotom. So Rotom comes out here, and it gets the flash cannon to the face, but it quad resists that, so that doesn't do poop to this thing. So here I decided to switch out into my Roserade because I know that he's not gonna go for overheat because I know that he knows that Heatran carries Flash Fire. So I go out to my Roserade looking gorgeous, and here he actually goes for a discharge, and discharge actually does pretty good damage to me. But I am going to hit this thing with a Sludge Bomb because I am Specs, and I believe I'm faster. However, he does outspeed me, so I'm believing that this thing was actually was Choice Scarf. But that's fine though, because this Sludge Bomb will take it out. So now he's down to the Togekiss and the Gliscor. So Gliscor comes out here, and he's just looking at my Roserade like, yeah, you're going down, and it hits me with an Earthquake. And look how majestic my flower is, man. Killed my flower, bro. Unbelievable. So down goes my Roserade, and this thing, he's gonna eat right after doing that. This thing is gangster. But here I decided just to go into my Slowking because I am carrying the Ice Beam on this thing. But here I come out here shining, looking cool, and I know that he's gonna switch out. So here I decided just to go for a Trick Room because like I said, he's gonna switch out. So he does hit me with the U-turn, and here he decides to go out into his Togekiss. So Togekiss come out here again, long throw and all. And I know that I can outspeed this thing and hit it with an Ice Beam, but I'm unsure that a Ice Beam Orb will take it out. So I do go for the Trick Room, and here I decided just to switch out and go into my Heatran. So Heatran comes out here, and this thing actually goes for an what does he go for? Dazzling Gleam. So he goes for a Dazzling Gleam, but my Heatran eat that up. You're like, Chef Boyardee. And here I decided to just go for a Flash Cannon because I know that it can still hit the Togekiss and the Gliscor. So I go for the Flash Cannon, but he does have the Protect, and that's really bad because now he can actually waste my Trick Room turns. So here I hit this thing with a Flash Cannon, try to go for another Protect, Scumbag Protect, unbelievable. And here he's gonna go for another third Protect, just to waste all the turns of the Trick Room, which I understand. So I'm like, all right, that's cool, bro. And here he actually goes for a Protect. So I decided to just go for a Flamethrower, and it didn't really matter what I did. But he is gonna hit me with the air slash, hoping for the flinch. But nah, we take that really nicely. And we only got 3 minutes left to this battle, so we really have to get it over with. So now his last Pokemon is the Gliscor, and I know that is gonna outspeed me because the Trick Room is off now. So here he actually goes for an Earthquake, and that takes out my Heatran. So it's down to the wire now. It's my Slowking versus just Gliscor over here, and man, this is unbelievable. So it can either go for a U-turn or Earthquake. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go out, Slowking. Fingers crossed. Hopefully you live an attack from this thing. And here I decided just to go for the Ice Beam, and I live on 22 HP, and I hit this thing with an Ice Beam, and down goes Gliscor. But I am orbed, so I am gonna get some life orb damage, and I live on 2%. Let's go. That's the match, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and like and subscribe. 70 subscribers. Let's go.